So I don't know what it was like here most of the weekends. I wasn't able to get out singing anyway. But as I say, that this place had the sign up saying hot drinks, and you got a hot drink, and it was mulled wine, and it was like euros or whatever. But the mulled wine was, you know, it was wine, not really mulled, just warmed up a bit with a bit of brandy, a bit of Bacardi, a bit of whatever. It was just, and you were able to, because you couldn't go in the bars then, so you had to stand outside, and I mean, you had to go and ask and get queued up, and for even to be able to just go in to an area. And this was like fucking January and stuff, and everybody's standing freezing. But the mulled wine certainly helped, and we would stand there for maybe, 2 hours, just outside, socializing with a drink, and it did get you happy, and then we would go off somewhere. Just the one of the and one of I mean, I've been to several people's houses in the Netherlands, in Leiden, in Amsterdam, and they're beautiful houses. It's amazing whenever you go into to a new house, and you sort of feel this whole new atmosphere. And Helena, my girlfriend, she had a friend called Ellen, and her partner Raymond, he had a box at Ajax, like he was a multi-millionaire. So if we went to his house, it was on, overlooking the canal, the main one, in a big sort of one of these big Anne Frank houses sort of thing, and you're sitting there having beers and a couple of whiskies and whatever and talking about, and it was amazing. It's just it's a it's not that the Dutch actually haven't got that much of a different culture than we have, to tell you the truth. But certainly, I mean, when you were in their house, you just sort of, there was grandeur about it. And I would love to have that again someday. I do live in a lovely wee house very close to the Belfast city centre, and there's a magnificent river. Not a canal, but there's the river Lagan, flowing past. But the sort of emphasize what I was talking about, and to prove to you that I haven't lost my train of thought. Relationships are they're easy and they're difficult at the same time. If you're in one and you're in a very long one and a comfortable one, treasure it, because it's if you're out of it, you're in a desert, you're in a sandstorm, you're in this whole sort of area of not knowing what to do, sort of thing. Certainly whenever when I was with Lindsay's mum, Margaret, life was like, it was idyllic. Florida holidays with the family, Christmases every year were brilliant, and videoed them, and and everything was happy, in the camp, sort of thing. And then when I was with JJ's mum, it was a different atmosphere type of thing, but I still really loved, the idea of the family connection, because I would go over to Spain and then have that whole totally different kind of sort of culture, because they do this thing, and kids over there are gifted, because they get kind of like 2 Christmases, because they celebrate Christmas, 24th, 25th of December. not in a big way, but in a sort of a family way with big dinner, for supposedly, honor the birthday of Jesus. And then there's the bigger day on the 6th of January called the Three Magic Kings Day, Three Magic Kings. And that's whenever, like, this sort of wise men, the three kings, we three kings of Orient are, they're more worshipped. And whenever they come to town on the 6th of January, they parade through Madrid, all the Spanish cities, and they throw sweets out. The kids and stuff, and in the morning time they have visited, and that's whenever Spanish kids get their presents and stuff. And as wonderful as that is, I didn't know that the first time that I was there. So, I mean, I lived in Spain for like over off and on for like more or less 8 years. But the first time I was there, JJ wasn't around. But then the second time I went back, whenever when JJ was was not long born actually. And on the 25th of December, I went out and we went to FNAC, and the big local stores in Madrid city centre bought presents and stuff. And I didn't have much at the minute at that time. I was travelling back every 2 weeks to do gigs here, and then flying back to Madrid with basically the rent money and stuff. But at Christmas time, it was like, this is it, this is my time, Christmas time. And bought all the presents and stuff. And then a week later, well, not a week, maybe 11 days or whatever later, 6th of January, Bea said to me, we'll have to go out and buy some presents. I'm going, what? What do you mean? It's after new. We've had New Year and everything. It's all done. No, it's not. It's 6th of January. It's the Three Magic Kings, and everybody gets presents. And going, only in Spain, I mean, it really is, and I wouldn't change it for the world. I would love to go back. If there's anyone out there who is interested in no, I'm going to turn this into like a sort of a dating thing. I'm going. Well, if I ever become attached to someone again, and it's a nice long relationship, that person would have to realize that at some stage over the next 4 or 5 years that I'm going back to Spain with her if she wants to go. But yeah. I can't do without it. When you've been there for so long, and you experience it, and then you come back here. All I do here is tread water, And I'm glad my family's here. I love my family. Everything's brilliant, But you see, as far as the what I do, from a day-to-day basis, it's the sort of routine, the mundane, whatever. There's never really much sort of get up and go about it. But whenever I was living in Spain, every morning I woke up and it was like, what is today bringing me? And it would be different things, going down to the river, down to build bridges for JJ to walk over, or ferry houses, or going into the city centre, or going to a gig, because okay, there's gigs here, but when you go to gigs in Madrid, it's like, because everybody meets beforehand, and you have your tapas, and and then afterwards you go to metal club, and the band would maybe come back afterwards, if Accept or something was playing, or Gravedigger, or whoever, and then you'd be there like 4 a.m, with drinks, and the only reason why you stop drinking is because you decide to, because that bar will be open until 8. I have left bars